I'm in my car. Jeffrey Epstein. The new name that everybody's talking about. Everybody wants to say it. Everybody wants to talk about his name and all the people associated with him. I don't blame them for trying to wonder what is going on with this man, because it seemed like he had so many secrets, as well that the secrets were just kind of out there. Along with all the emails released, I feel like they're pretty direct with what they're doing. Like every single email, it seems like, hey, Jeffrey Epstein, do you want to go and commit crimes? And then Epstein is like, yeah, let's go commit crime. But Jeffrey Epstein has kind of turned into the new boogeyman, I feel like, where you can just say his name in whatever scenario and it just tracks. It's just like, yeah, sure, but I guess he was probably there at some point. Because when you're rich and, that's it. When you're rich, you can do whatever. And Jeffrey Epstein has done pretty much everything and gone everywhere and interacted with everybody, which has left a lot of people with the question of, okay, who was actually involved and who's not? These files have definitely allowed us to be more investigative around people and their actions, but it has as well sparked a new level of stupid in conspiracy theories, and conspiracy theories have always been especially stupid. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, well, what about Pizzagate? That was right. We're talking about Epstein in the context of conspiracy theories. Like it's pretty much laid out there. That is completely wrong. There's pretty much nothing about Pizzagate that was real. According to Pizzagate theorists, there's mole children underneath us. Okay? So I just want you to think about that. And it gets a lot worse than that, than mole children. Believe it or not, it gets so much worse and it gets so much stupider. And I blame it all on Jeffrey Epstein. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna blame it all on him. And I don't feel bad because he's terrible and dead. On the topic of Epstein, one of the biggest conspiracies that ironically won't die, unlike Jeffrey Epstein, is that Jeffrey Epstein is actually still alive. He is alive, that's right. All of the stuff that you saw about him being dead and the autopsy of his body, it's all fake. It's all not real. And the worst part about all these conspiracies is that it has somehow garnered the attention of not just people on the right, but people on the left, and I guess centrists, but I don't care. I don't care about centrists. But leftists, oh my god, they've somehow fell for this shit. I don't even know how. How are there people on the left being like, okay, yeah, Jeffrey Epstein is alive. Oh my god. I saw this one guy on TikTok, and I wish I could find the video again because it was so stupid, but the guy was genuinely convinced that the government was going to kill him because he was saying that Jeffrey Epstein was alive. Which, by the way, I'm saying it right now, Jeffrey Epstein is alive. Am I alive? Am I alive still? Trust me, if the government wanted you dead, you would be fucking dead. You would be dead. You wouldn't have time to make a fucking TikTok. You wouldn't have time to even make a TikTok account. You would be dead. Like I said, I can't find the TikTok, but if I could, I can assure you that the guy is still alive and telling bullshit on his page, probably. And people have just held on to this belief, and I don't even know why. People have fell for AI pictures, which come out into stories from third-party sources. People who are just, you can't tell if they're reliable or not, but might as well trust them. I already have the preconceived notion that Epstein is alive, so as long as somebody is telling me the same fucking information, I'm just gonna believe it. And the AI pictures are honestly just wild. I don't blame people for falling for it entirely. I mean, there's like, in some of them there are literal AI watermarks in the fucking picture, and it's like, dude, how'd you miss that? But some of them are trying to like pass their AI pictures off as the truth, because if they were actually telling the truth, they wouldn't fit any certain narrative and they wouldn't have any more attention to get from people, and then they wouldn't make money, and then now they don't have a job. So they can't necessarily tell the truth because of that, but also they can't show that Epstein is still alive because he's not. So they have to make up stuff, and they have to get they have to get third-party sources. Some people will grab videos of him when he was alive, like years ago when he was alive and he was actually here on Earth. And people will be in the comments being like, I can't believe he's still alive. But of course he's alive, because this was back when he was living. But people are thinking that it's this year that he's... No. We're never gonna see him again. The reason being is because he's dead. But we're gonna take a look at some of the worst conspiracies I've seen on TikTok for the past, I'd say like month or two. And these are all around like the Epstein spectrum, kind of surrounding that whole thing, which is why I started my video with talking about Epstein, because it's relevant. So I saved a couple that I found that I thought were so fucking stupid, and I wish I saved the one of the guy thinking he was gonna get killed by the government. Yo, no! I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going back to that. Again, if the government wanted you dead, they would kill you. So here's this one that I found recently, just by searching up, by the way, theories, and there's so many people in the comments believing it. I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. But this one claims that the Nickelodeon logo is that of the shape of the Epstein Island. They don't even fucking look the same. Hey man, they don't look the same. Okay, and that's, I'm gonna just start strong with that note, is that it just doesn't look the same. The logo is just supposed to be a splat, and it looks more like a splat than it does look like the fucking Epstein Island. And that's not interesting. I don't care about that. I don't care about a splat. The Epstein Island, well now I'm interested. I gotta know more about that. And I've come to the realization that is all conspiracy theories are. It's just trying to create something interesting out of something that wouldn't have been interesting in the first place. Because nobody cares about a splat. I don't, yeah, that's it. Nobody cares about a splat, but everybody wants to know more about the Epstein Island. And as long as there's any lead, even if it's one that doesn't even correlate with anything, but it's just kind of related to it in the most abstract sense possible, that's all it takes to accuse of somebody being affiliated with the trafficking, the cannibalization, the torture of young children, boys and girls. It's so sad. This is so fucking sad. It's such a sad situation, and to turn it into, oh, look at Nickelodeon. Look at Nickelodeon. Look at the logo. We have to stop. All right, next conspiracy. This conspiracy doesn't really exist anymore. This video was made kind of late, but there was a TikTok that I found, and it was, and you're not gonna believe this. This genuinely started an outrage. It was an advertisement for Nerds Gummy clusters. More specifically, it was in the Super Bowl commercial, so I assume that a good amount of people have seen it. But it was... This is not even in frame anymore, I just realized. There, that's gonna be my decoration, since the Hashiwara kind of is not on level with the camera anymore. So it was a Nerds Gummy Clusters advertisement in the Super Bowl advertisements, and it simply just featured an advertisement for gummy clusters. What else do you fucking want me to say? But it included, to be fair, it did include a man with gray hair, and as we all know, every man with gray hair is Jeffrey Epstein, right? It's all a reference to Jeffrey. It's Jeffrey. As you can already tell, I don't care for this explanation that this is supposed to be a hint at Jeffrey Epstein. A hint toward... I never get this. Why are we putting hints? We want to keep a secret. You want to know how to keep a secret? Don't tell anyone. I'm gonna make my rant about this a little shorter because it's so fucking stupid and I hate it so much. This guy's obviously not Epstein. It's just a guy with gray hair. I know I already said this, or I guess I hinted at it, but it's just a guy with gray hair. It's just a guy with gray hair. It's just a guy with gray hair, and I can't believe I'm getting this worked up about it, but guys, shut the fuck up. It's a guy with gray hair. It is not Epstein. It is not a hint towards Epstein. It's not a reference to anything. It's just a guy, okay? You can't just see a guy and say, Epstein, what's the line? Just everything we see is Epstein now? It's just a guy with gray hair. To the next stupid fucking theory. This one is about Johnny Test. One of my favorite... I like Johnny Test, and there's one scene, the CIA agents are... Oh, it's Mr. White and Mr. Black, that's what it is, right? And they're delivering pizza to Bling Bling Boy, and if you have not watched the show, you don't know what any of these words mean. but they're delivering a pizza to Bling Bling Boy, and on the helicopter it says something like pizza for secret evil island. It's something like that. Now people see that and they're like, oh my god, pizza island, let's get boom. It's as easy as that. Like I said before, the Pizzagate thing, not real, didn't happen, not true. There's no mole people, okay? And the reason we know that Pizzagate isn't real is because it was about a political party in specific, and it was just about the Democratic Party, that they were, you know, transferring children through pizza shops, and Hillary Clinton was behind all of it, despite the fact she wasn't even president. We know that's not true because it wasn't just the Democratic Party. It was people of any party. It just seemed, here's the thing that people don't seem to grasp on. The one thing that is shared among all the criminals associated with Jeffrey Epstein and his island and activities and whatnot is not that they're all men, not that they're all women, not that they're all Jewish. God, I wish I had time to talk about the everything Jewish conspiracy, but I don't, and I will not start because it's so stupid. It's not that they're all you know, you've seen the fucking shit. You know what people try and claim, that it's all a certain group of people. But the only thing that is shared amongst all the people is that they were all filthy rich. They were all super duper filthy, disgustingly rich. The common denominator is that they all had a lot of money. Which makes me come to the conclusion that we should stop giving people so much money so they can stop having so much free will to do crazy shit. Anyways, back to the Johnny Test fucking thing. I'm getting sidetracked because if I hadn't said it before, this is so dumb. This is obviously not a hint at Jeffrey Epstein, nor his islands, or any of his proclivities. Like I'm claiming with all the other things having nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein, which is true. This one especially has nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Bling Bling Boy and his island is simply just a reference to James Bond. You know how the villain has a secret island? You know how James Bond is one of probably the biggest spy influences in media of all time? You're aware of that, right? I'm gonna assume so. So when you have something that's that big, it kind of influences other pieces of media. And when you're influencing media at such a great scale, eventually you're gonna get other pieces of media referencing your media, whether it's directly or indirectly. That is how you get this scene. Bling Bling Boy has had an island in the show for a while now. So as a viewer, you already expect a setting to be near his island in one of the episodes at least. So you are kind of already used to this if you're watching the show. From an outsider perspective who has paid attention to nothing other than QAnon conspiracies, when you see something like this, sure, it's gonna seem a little crazy. But if you're a fucking child who's just watching a brain rot show, which is all Johnny Test is, by the way, you're not gonna be so confused as to what the scene is supposed to represent. It's just supposed to represent these guys delivering a pizza, and it has this little quote of saying delivering pizzas to evil secret islands. It's such an obvious tagline to have on like a helicopter that it's a joke. It's supposed to be like obvious. They shouldn't get away with this disguise, but they are. That's what's going on, and I can't believe I have to fucking explain this thing because it is so simple and it's just so nothing, and I can't believe we've turned it to something. And in this TikTok, even worse, people are talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who are teenagers and they eat pizza, and they're saying, oh, they're reptiles and they're eating pizzas. It's all there. There are reptile people who want child porn. No, they are teenagers. You want to know who the biggest fucking demographic for pizza is? It's teenagers. Teenagers fucking love pizza. That's like a common reoccurring thing in literature, media, advertisements. I don't fucking know. Teenagers like pizza. It's just a generalization. Okay, and they're just using that for their silly little character moments. Fucking Michelangelo is practically a stoner. I don't think they ever say it out loud, but I'm pretty sure it's heavily implied. It's practically canon the guy is a stoner. Once again, one of the biggest enjoyers of pizzas are stoners. You got teenagers and stoners and pizza, and it's practically a fucking circle if you made it a Venn diagram, alright? And teenager stoners, don't even get me started on that. They fucking love pizza so much. Yeah, cheese pizza. If you break down the first 2 letters of cheese pizza, you got CP. And yeah, that looks pretty bad, okay? And so same with Club Penguin. And I guess color perspective you could also do. And Chloe Price from fucking Life is Strange, if you want to go that far, okay? Chloe Price, wouldn't reach out my goddamn ass. Chloe Price, CP, it's right there. Life is Strange, you were hinting at it the whole time. Okay, last one, because I'm going crazy. And this one is the worst one, somehow. And you might not even believe it, but people think that Jim Carrey, the guy who played in The Mask, and not Son of the Mask, but could have if he wanted, they think that this man has cloned himself. That's right. Not only have we reverted back into thinking that reptiles are real, again, reptile people are real, which I thought we already were over that, but apparently we're back. We're back, okay? So we just have to accept that's real. And we have to accept that Jeffrey Epstein is still alive. And in a Nerds commercial. But also Jim Carrey cloned himself. Why did he clone himself? I guess because he didn't want to go to an awards ceremony. Which is probably one of the funniest fucking excuses to create life-changing technology. Hey, Jim Carrey, do you want to go to this award show? You don't have to just be there for like an hour or something. It's really not that long. You don't even have to talk to anyone if you don't want. No. I'm gonna go and reinvent all of technology really quick. That cool with you? All of technology and DNA and science is gonna be questioned after what I do. That cool? Sure, Jim Carrey. Yeah, have fun, man. I mean, I don't know. Who cares? Do what you want. Cool, I'm gonna create a clone now. See ya. Is that how the conversation went? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm assuming that's how it went. Now I'm just gonna assume that you're smart enough to realize that we do not have cloning technology. We have never had cloning technology for humans. I'm gonna specify for humans. And you wanna know why cloning for humans is not possible? Yeah, it's because it's super fucking hard. The technology to create it would be fucking impossible. Okay, our DNA is very complex. We as humans are very complex. It would be extremely hard to clone somebody. And people are saying also that he sounds weird. And he kind of just sounds like an old guy to me. And guess what Jim Carrey is? He's an old guy. He might have also gotten work done. People are just saying he got work done. At first I thought it's just him getting older. But to be fair, his face is a little bit different, but not so different that I think he cloned himself. And people are just using the word cloning wrong, because if it was a clone, it wouldn't look different. It wouldn't fucking look different, okay? It wouldn't look different. That's not how cloning works. Cloning it's the same thing. And their evidence to back it up is that Jim Carrey, one, criticizes Hollywood. I guess Hollywood just decided to replace him with a clone, so then he wouldn't speak badly about Hollywood anymore. There's so many people who speak bad about Hollywood who are in Hollywood and continue to work in Hollywood. I talk poorly about my job, and I still work at my job. I feel like most people talk poorly about the job that they continue to work in. That's just a fundamentalism of capitalism. That's just something that you're gonna end up getting regardless. Is the one thing that you'll see amongst employees that that unite them together is their hatred for their job. But yeah, so Jim Carrey didn't clone himself, and the reason being is that we don't have cloning technology. And the reason also being that it would be a bad cloning job. If we were gonna go out with cloning 100%, why would we come out with something so obvious that it was cloning? Back to my point of why hint at it? Why hint at it? Why hint at it? I will never get the answer to this question that is rational or makes sense. Why hint at it? And this artist came out, I forgot what his name was, Alexis Stone maybe. It might be close. I don't know. Maybe it's just Alex Stone. I don't know. But this person claimed that they were the one behind the Jim Carrey mask. And there's this thing that artists do, or at least some artists do. Some of them are kind of just annoying, and you just, instead of making art, they make kind of like social art, and that's what this artist did. So they claimed that they were the person who made the mask for Jim Carrey because their specialty is making masks that kind of look like celebrities, but their face shape is so different to what the one that Jim Carrey showed up with. But if you compare Jim Carrey to the Jim Carrey that showed up for the award, it does look like the same person. I mean, sure, you can point out that the cheeks kind of look different and whatever. I still feel like the eyes, I mean, like people say, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I feel like I still see the same guy in the eyes. And his hair is also a little better. I think he might have gotten a hair transplant or something. I don't know. But I also don't care. I don't care about Jim Carrey. People are trying to pretend like they know who Jim Carrey is, and they're like, no, he said he wouldn't do this. So, okay. I guess, again, if someone just says something, that's all you need. I'm gonna fly. Alright, see you later. I'm gonna fly. Bye.